my God. Wow. Wow. Out of nowhere, Jupiter Gatling just decides to do a secret Friday, afternoon for us, and a Friday night for her in Berlin. Welcome, everyone, to the Bootie Mashup Twitch channel. And, you know what? Hold on a minute. So many things to juggle here. I wanted to, let's see here. Trying to do all the things. That is literally what Corona Apocalypse has been all about. It's like, okay, all the things that we used to do, we can't do anymore. So now there's a whole set of things that we can do instead. And one of them is live streaming on Twitch. The other one is live streaming on Facebook, which I think I'm doing. And I'm trying to live stream on Instagram right now. All you see is a ring light. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, what a super professional way to start the show. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, officially, it is time for Mashup Talk. I want to give a big shout out to Jupiter Gatling, all the way over there in Berlin, getting this whole night started. It was like we were sitting there chatting via text and FaceTime, and she was like, it's Friday night already in Berlin. Now, of course, having spent a lot of time in Berlin, let me tell you, Friday night in Berlin does not start at 10 p.m. or even 11 p.m. Friday night in Berlin often starts around 1 or 2, and it was not even close to that yet. But, I don't know what kind of hours people are keeping in the Corona Apocalypse, so it was just like, just go. Yeah, just start streaming. I don't care. And kind of had no idea that her epic DJ set, it wasn't like the 8-hour epic DJ set she did last Saturday night, which was insane. Broke a Bootie Mashup streaming record so far. We've only been streaming for like 5 weeks now. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I don't even know. What does time even mean anymore? Like, I can only keep track of the days of the week based on when my live streams are. But, I live stream on Wednesday when I do my mashup listening party, and Friday, today, Mashup Talk. But, a couple days from now, I'm going to be like, wait, what day is it? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Like, what? So if I can barely keep the days of the week straight when I have scheduled things, there's definitely no way I can keep track of like what month it is, what week it is, how many weeks we've been live streaming. I don't even know. I know we started like, I think we're at week 5 now. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining in and being an audience for this. We had no idea when we started what this would be. When I say try all the things, because all the things that we were doing just poof disappeared, I am not kidding. These are things that we should have been doing, but when you're throwing a party every week, that takes a lot of time. And now the party is here. So thank you for being at this party. Thank you, Instagram, for tuning in. Thank you, Facebook Live, for being here. And I promise it's not going to be me just blah, blah, blahing for the next 3 hours. It's only going to be like an hour. And then we're going to jump back into the music because we have got a special guest with us on the show tonight. Pimp Daddy Supreme from Nashville, Tennessee is going to be joining us here on Mashup Talk, followed up as we always do every Friday night with a 3-hour DJ set. And then I just got word that DJ Time is going to be doing a secret set after Pimp Daddy Supreme set. So, so this brings up an interesting thing. And since this show is called Mashup Talk, and for those who don't know, the reason we do an all talk show about Bootie Mashup is mostly logistics. It's because when we play copyrighted music in our streams, which, let's face it, that's pretty much all our streams are, is, playing copyrighted music. The streams do not stay archived on Twitch, VODs, video on demand. Although I have discovered that they will stick around for a day or 2 or 3, but then they get muted and clocked, and so you can't listen to them later. So that's kind of sucks, but at least we can have one show, this one, that can stick around as a VOD for 2 weeks. If we ever get partner status, it'll be 2 months. But yeah, that brings up an interesting thing. We've got so many new fans, and we've got so many DJs in our crew that want to DJ, and it's gotten a little addictive. But it's one of these things that has come up in my Bootie Mashup crew. It's like, are we streaming too much? Is this too much of a good thing? Just sometimes too much. And it's one of those things where it's like, are we going to burn out our audience? But I don't know. I don't know how you people consume all your streaming media. I mean, I feel like we're all probably watching other people's streams a lot more than we did, in the before times. But, I get all sorts of notifications. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, let me turn that on. And other times I'm like, no, I'm busy doing something else. So you never know who you're going to catch, right? So in my opinion, as the queen bee of Bootie Mashup, I'm like, let's just go. Let's just do it. Like, we've got a bunch of shows. I mean, literally from Wednesday through Sunday, we've got 5 days worth of scheduled shows that happen consistently every week. And Mondays and Tuesdays are supposed to be the days off. But if somebody wants to do a set, they do it. Like last Tuesday, Stir Fred Snake from Smash Up Derby, my live mashup band, just decided he wanted to do a live stream, How I Get Smashed, where he, sort of goes through the process of how a live band comes up with mashups and, showcasing the Smash Up Derby mashups. So, a little bit more rock based, so they're often not getting played in the dance sets that we're doing. And I thought that was really cool. So I'm like literally with my entire crew, I'm just like, what idea do you have? Let's just do it. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We honestly we are making this up as we go along. We are throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and it's like we read all your comments. We follow the chats. If, we check the stats. It's like the stats are super addictive. It's like, oh my God, I had 100 viewers. Oh, I had, whatever. And it's, we're just going to keep doing that, even though I'm not going to mention names, but there have been a few dissenting opinions in our crew of like, is this actually not a good thing? Because, if you don't have enough viewers, then you don't reach partner status. But, is the goal here to just find an audience, or is the goal to be partner status? It's like this status hungry kind of thing that, that happens in life. And so, it's like you sort of want that, like, ooh, I want that title. I want that thing. To get partner status, you have to have 75 viewers average for your streams. And I think we have way too many streams to be averaging 75 all the time. So, we're not there. We're not a partner. But at the same time, every time we stream, we pick up new audience people. It's like people just keep discovering us, and different shows bring in different people. Like if you like rock, you might tune into the Mashups Rock Show with TJ and Nate tomorrow. If you like me and you just want to hear me go blah, 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 then you tune in on Wednesday at my listening party, where it's not really a DJ set. It's more like just hanging out with me in my apartment while I play mashups and we chit chat about them. So we're trying to like sort of throw something for everyone. And DJ Time brought up a good thing. Like right when we started doing this, he was like, you need to think of this as like you're programming a Bootie Mashup TV station. And, and we're not just trying to mindlessly fill hours here. It's like, but we have a crew of people. So I've been very, open source about it the same way. I mean, basically our entire business runs is very like, oh, you want to do something? Sure, let's try it. The way we used to do it at a club where I've had people pitch me drunkenly like on ideas. And I'm like, yes. And I whip out my phone and I'm like, okay, I've got an opening that day. Okay, great. Follow up, book it, drunken conversations. I'm super into like, hey, let's just try it. So that's what we're doing. And I really hope that we're not shooting ourselves in the foot here by streaming too much and like just providing too much content. Because we're in the beginning stages here. And I really, 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 really appreciate everyone along for the ride here and joining us. And it's been super gratifying to have people stumble in to our streams and being like, I've never heard mashups before. And I'm like, what? It's like 2020. I mean, we've been doing mashup parties since 2003. And I remember in 2003 thinking, oh my God, we're so late to the party here. They've already been doing this in the UK since like 2001. We're such, Johnny come latelys. And, but no, there's constantly people that, or maybe they think they've heard mashups. They saw this one YouTube video that went viral, or somebody posted something, or a DJ played a mashup once, not realizing that there is this entire scene. There's an entire culture out there that celebrates mashup culture and, this stupid production technique that we all love. And we love it because we love music and we love all kinds of music. So that's our deal. So, it's been this experiment of like, let's crack, Twitch. Let's figure out how to, really, be one of those like big Twitch streamers doing what we're doing. And it's been very stressful because it's, I'm literally pivoting our entire business model from let's throw parties in real life to let's be a live streaming music brand, I guess. So there's been a little bit of this pressure, not a little, a lot of this pressure to like let's make this happen. And then like today when I was talking to Jupiter Gatling about this, it was like, wait a minute, we're actually supposed to be having fun. The whole reason that I started Bootie Mashup to begin with, like way back in 2003, wasn't like to make money or to, establish a business or anything like that. It literally just came down to, I like mashups and I want to throw a party dedicated to mashups. And here it is, 17 years later, and I am having so many of the exact same feelings and vibes where it's like, hey, I just want to have fun with this. I just, and if you, Jupiter, if you just want to jump on and DJ because you just want to do it and because it's fun, do it. If 100 people show up for your stream, awesome. If it's only like 10 or 20, well, those people, you're giving them a show too. And so it's like, I need to remember that this is fun and it is fun. I really, we do love the music. I'm starting to dig through the past month of mashups to compile a Booty Top 10, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much good stuff. I can't wait to drop a Booty Top 10 on you guys probably this weekend. And then my show on Wednesday is actually going through the Booty Top 10. So it's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff. If you've been tuning in, since we started, it might be some stuff that you have not heard yet. So yeah, it's been a ride, definitely. And okay, let me see. I wrote down, I never really plan out what I'm going to talk about on Mashup Talk. I just sort of I've gotten into this habit where, okay, it's Friday, I've got a show, what am I going to talk about? And I just jot down some things. So, but yeah, it's this whole try to attain partner status. We are a Twitch affiliate, which means we get the cute emojis, and we get you may have noticed you get played an ad before the stream can start, so we get a tiny little bit of money from that. And it's been stressful because I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna, we all lost our jobs, or at least a bunch of us did, so how are we gonna make money? And I need to just sort of get that out of my head at this point, where it's you know what, some people will tip us here and there. Thank you. So appreciated. But it's not going to be nightclub money. It's just going to be surviving money. And don't lose sight of the fact that we are all doing this because it's fun to do and we love it. So, that being said, please subscribe if you want on Twitch. It really does help, and it's awesome. And please tune in. I mean, more than anything, I think having a big number of followers is wonderful because it works. I'm realizing it works the same way. Like I said, these parallels between first starting a party, in a brick and mortar building, comparing it to starting a live stream here. It's so many parallels. But you want to amass an audience in your town where you're throwing the party that is big enough that, any given party that you do, say you, like us, you do it weekly, although we didn't start off weekly, we started off monthly, but attain an audience that's big enough that when even only 10% of that audience is showing up, or 5%, or whatever the percentage is, it is still a big enough, it fills the venue, and so I feel like we're sort of doing the same thing here, where it's okay, if we keep attracting fans and spreading the Bootie Mashup love, then people, even if only 5 or 10% of them show up, it's still more than 75. So we can, damn it, be a partner on Twitch. Just give us our 75. How did Critical Role do it? Shout out to all the critters. Love you guys. And shout out to Matthew and Marisha for seriously turning on so many people to Bootie Mashup. Been seeing them at our Bootie Mashup LA parties for years, especially our Bootie Mashup parties at Burning Man. And so I could not be more grateful that they've helped spread the word so much. It's been such a boost, and I hope to be in a position with the Bootie Mashup Twitch channel that someday we get to give some other fledgling channel live streamer that same kind of boost. It's really yeah. So anyway, that magic number 75 viewers per stream. Anyway, what else did I want to talk about? You know what we should do? We should call Pimp Daddy Supreme. Pimp Daddy Supreme is from Nashville, Tennessee, and has been sort of a part of our Bootie Mashup crew for a while, but without ever actually living in a city that ever had a consistent Bootie Mashup party. I'm actually not even quite you know what? I'm like, where did PDS come from? What the hell? I'm pretty sure it was through DJ BC, who was doing Bootie Boston and Bootie Atlanta, and yeah, there's a whole little network here. Let's give him a call, get him on the show, and and chit chat mashup stuff. Here we go. All right. Do we got you on the line? Where are you? Hey.
Hold on one second.
Uh-oh, hold on a minute. I'm having an issue, and I think I know what it is. Hold on a minute. Technical issues. Yeah, there
All right,
we
are you
go.
there?
Okay, and
Hi.
yeah, no worries.
Sorry about that.
We got this worked out. So nice to see you. Should I call you Shane, or should I call you PDS, or should I call you by your full proper name, Pimp Daddy Supreme?
You know, people have called me lots of names over the years, but you know, Pimp Daddy Supreme, PDS, is always good in a professional context. But personally, you know, you and I are on a Shane, you know, Adriana level here.
So yeah, I was literally, just as I'm introducing you, I was like, wait, where did Pimp Daddy Supreme come from? I remember meeting you, but you were sort of part of the Bootie Mashup network before that. And I was like, how did that happen? Where did you come from?
So as far as Bootie is concerned, I had followed you guys since way before, like 2003, when because, you know, I was a part of Gaibo and Boom Selection before that.
Oh yeah, old school. So, teach the children.
Yeah, I've been making mashups since 2001. So, and then before that, as a DJ. But when Bob moved, or sorry, when DJ BC moved from Atlanta, he started to throw Bootie mashup parties in Atlanta. And I was like, great, there's something within a 4-hour drive of me. I'm going to go down and check it out. So me and my now wife, but then girlfriend, Mara, we headed down to Atlanta. I shot him, BC, a little message on Facebook and basically said, hey, we're going to come down and check you out. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, we had known each other a little bit through Gaibo and stuff beforehand. So I went down, checked him out. He had a really nice scene, a really little club and a hip part of, like, right outside a little 5 Points.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. And he was like, hey, did you bring any CDs with you? Maybe you can play. And I was like, no, I just came to party this time. I was like, but let's work on something.
Isn't that such the Bootie way too, where it's just like, oh my God, there it is. Like where it's just like,
yeah,
oh hey, you want to do something? Come on, like everyone join in. I love that that DJ BC is, I mean, it's part of the reason he's part of our crew is just that super openness of like, yeah, jump on the decks. Wait.
Yeah. So we talked and we worked it out, and then shortly after that he did the launch for the Il Submarine.
Yeah.
And you'll notice it says PDS Mix right there. Now that being said, shortly after that, he and I were like, he was going through like a club problem. Like one of the clubs wasn't working out well. Like the manager was doing something weird. And so we moved to a series of clubs, and I was like, hey, and I think we both kind of had this idea at about the same time. I have a friend of mine named Crispy who helps run Dragon Con. And I think he had some friends that ran Dragon Con, and we were like, dude, there's 60 to 80,000 geeks and nerds and fans like that come once a year to Atlanta. Let's throw Bootie parties for them. So from 2013 to about 2015, we held Bootie Dragon Con,
which I always
for 3 years.
I always wanted to go to Bootie Dragon Con. I wanted to just go to Dragon Con, period. I had so many friends go to Dragon Con. The fact that you guys were doing a Bootie mashup party there, I'm like, yes. But it was like 5,000 people. But I was at some party in the desert with like 70,000 people.
Right.
It's always during Burning Man.
Well, I was really excited because once we started doing Dragon Con, I think it was like 2014, I got the invite, or Bob got the invite to do April Ween with you. And he reached to me and was like, hey, let's go to California. let's go do this at Bootie
Yeah.
San Francisco. So that was the first time I got to meet you, and we went to the How Weird Festival. And I remember having a talk with you and saying, hey, you really need to start, like, I make my bread and butter through corporate gigs and private events. You need to be more on that. And then, of course, you, without skipping a beat, did Comic-Con. You did what, E3?
We
did a whole bunch of stuff.
We actually did 3 Twitch parties.
Oh, really? No way. You need to look
I
up
already
those contacts.
did. I mean, it was like, yeah, we
Okay,
did.
good.
We did like, I know it's crazy. It's 2 holiday parties and then an E3 party down in LA, and because Twitch is based in San Francisco, and so I think they've been to our party at DNA Lounge. But the thing is that at that time they were so like gamer. They weren't really pushing like DJs and performers and musicians being on Twitch.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was, I forget when that was. I think I went looking and was like, wait, I think we did a Twitch parties, and it was like 2014, 2015, I think. Yeah.
Put pictures out and start putting them on your backgrounds.
But yeah, I mean, I'll take a corporate party wherever. I mean, whoever wants to, hire Bootie Mashup, I'm down. I've got no shame in that game, and it's all good. We've done so many like especially being based in San Francisco, so many like tech parties type things. Yeah, totally no shame in that game. So you're a corporate, like I know you say your bread and butter is corporate gigs. Is it hard out there for a pimp right now?
Well, right now, yeah, because until my brands start reaching out to me, by the way, like New Belgium, Louis Vuitton, hey, hit a pimp up, because I'll do some streams for you and do this online. But yeah, literally, it is hard out here for every DJ.
It is.
Pimping.
It definitely is. It's the Corona apocalypse and I think I was in better spirits when the Corona apocalypse first started happening, because it was like, yeah, let's do a bunch of stuff. And and then we'll get a live stream going, and then a month or so later, clubs will be back open. And now I think it's all really starting to sink in that this is not ending anytime soon. We might as well just like write off the rest of the year,
Well, so there's the thing is that what you did was super smart. The moment you saw that the clubs were closed and you couldn't do anything, you picked it up and just started broadcasting, immediately. And so you got the head up on every DJ out there. I don't know if you've been watching some of these professional streams, like for was it New York Loves Hip Hop? There was that celebrity stream that was last Saturday that was like Lady Gaga's thing. And you look at all of these performers that make millions of dollars, and they don't know how to work their Zoom. They don't know how to work anything. And so it's painful to watch.
All of us are just learning on the fly how to do this. We're in the same group chat for everyone else out there. We have a group chat on Facebook where we all are just like comparing notes, and it's like literally every other day. It's like, oh, hey, how about this plugin? Hey, how about that? Hey, what about this? And of course, this past week has been the whole like, are we streaming too much? But yeah, like try all the things. So when you said that you've been around mashup culture since Gaibo, Get Your Bootleg On. We mentioned that on this show a lot. Boom Selection, which even predates Gaibo. That is like 2001 UK scene of like really just starting to bubble up with what we really kind of think of as the modern mashup. What was the very first mashup you ever heard?
So that's really hard, because I grew up in hip hop. Like as a kid, it was like 1985 when I moved right outside of New York City. So I'm listening to WFMU, which is a freeform radio station that plays. That's where I first got my first taste of Negative Land. And then we have all the hip hop stations there. So Cool DJ Red Alert is literally playing instrumentals from one song, and then acapellas for another, but more in the context of like hip hop over hip hop, no genre clash. But also you have house DJs on like Z100 in New York who are just going crazy. They're mixing in I've got old tapes that I recorded on cassette where they're mixing in like the Brady Bunch theme song over the top of like, Jungle Brothers, I'll House You and stuff like that. So you have all this sampling and creativity that went on for forever. But when we talk about mashups, even Boom Selection goes back to Trademark Gunderson from the Evolution Control Committee, which is the whipped cream mixes. And he's basically doing a blend. He's got two turntables. You can literally hear how he's slightly off in that mix, but it's the first, how do I say, extreme genre clash, and it just captured the spirit and helped, inspire a bunch of people to go outside of that. But my first, it would be that, or it would be X-Mix, the mix record label did a Talking in Your Sleep by the Romantics with Wild Thing over the top. And I think that was like 97.
Okay, yes.
But like a year earlier.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, what I kind of feel is the defining trait of what I call the modern mashup movement. Is the fact that it's a full song. It's not like hip hop was a lot of cutting back and forth or just looping an instrumental and not really using a full song. And house music, of course, would just be like a repetitious beat, often with something else on top. But I think of it as being like this one song, and now this other song, and now you're hearing them like fully together, and that like really kind of took it to, I don't want to say next level, but definitely to a different place than what hip hop and and traditional DJs had been doing with blends. Yeah, definitely.
And some of the rock mashups are amazing, or some of the slower, more, 89 to 60 BPM, like Careless Whisper mixed together with Easy Like Sunday Morning, and it comes together as if that's a song that already existed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, the way you want it is like, oh my God, this song, it like exists as its own song, not necessarily. I mean, that to me is what the best mashups are. Oh wait, you got
that. And again, that comes to personal taste. I mean, within any genre, there's like sub genres and stuff. Like I know, because I come from a novelty background. My dad was named Zilch Fletcher and did songs like Armpit Farts and stuff like that in the 70s. I know. I know more information than you need to know.
The apple does not fall far from the tree then.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm super silly at heart. It's one of the reasons why I love Crumple Bangers.
Shameless
right here
plug.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, got to give love to Ponditeur, got to give love to Ms. Meep, all my people. Yeah, they're fantastic. But I mean, even when we talk about like the modern crumple banger like movement, it's always been a part of the scene. It's kind of like when musicologists finally figured out what New Jack Swing was, like, because in the time period, it was just the modern style of R&B and hip hop merged in a pop format, and nobody really called it New Jack Swing, even though the term was kind of around, and it wasn't until like decades later that it came out. So I feel like Crumple Bangers is the same kind of a thing. It's like it's always been there since the beginning. Even once again, the Evolution Control Committee, that whipped cream mixes, that's a full-on crumple banger.
No, absolutely. I mean, what I like about Crumple Bangers, for those who don't know, it's a group on Facebook started by Pomme de Terre, I'm just gonna say the infamous mashup producer of "Call Me a Hole," which was Nine Inch Nails and Carly Rae Jepsen, kind of went viral a few years ago.
Classic.
Kind of gave a second wave, really. Some would say maybe eighth wave of interest in mashups, and really Crumple Bangers kind of has this original spirit of that early UK scene of like really going out there with the genre clash and like really trying to be strange and creative with it, and it doesn't always work, but it's always an A for effort.
That's the funny thing about Crumple Bangers is that it doesn't have to work. It's kind of like, are you familiar with Wesley
Yeah, of
Willis?
course. Yeah.
Or oh yeah. So it's outsider in a
Yeah.
way as to not kind of be mainstream. There's definitely Crumple Bangers that are just 100% mainstream, but then there's the Crumple Bangers that there's going to be a handful of people that are going to be like, oh yeah, by the way, that's notice the winky face? It's this face. Oh yeah. It's like one eye's crooked and the other one's
You can't tell. It was like, is that a it's out of key or oh, that's so good.
Well, when we talk about that face, I'm gonna say it, DJ Cummerbund.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
He makes amazing tracks and he throws what's his name? Oh yeah. He throws like wrestling references into it. He mixes it up. He makes it hilarious.
And what I love about that is there's a little bit of a through line here, you know, because Cummerbund came out of nowhere, and we the internet really discovered him, and and us sort of then I was like, hey, who is this guy? Because he's definitely one of us, you know. Yeah, and is he involved with Crumple Bangers? Actually, I know I thought he was sort of like reached out to, but
we definitely reached out to him. Unfortunately, the same way that you and I are waylaid by this current reality that we're in, he's also dealing with family and work stuff, and so was unable to be a part of
Crumple Bangers.
Crumple Stock.
Crumple Stock, right?
But yeah, it's a loose movement. There's definitely some stuff like the Crumple Banger Orchestra that we did, which is a whole other project, and an album should be done here soon. But you can go to crumplebangers.com and check out, I think 8 tracks off of the album are available for download before it's released.
Cool.
So,
what do you have in store for us tonight?
Well, look, I'm loving the fact that you and I and Bootie and Mashups, the whole thing is something that I've lived for almost 2 decades now. And so I'm going to start off.
You used to be clean shaven, and
yeah,
that's how long. Like when you got into Mashups is when you stopped shaving, right?
Right. No, this is 20 years worth of. No, this was when I engaged. I proposed to my wife. I stopped shaving, and so we got married last year.
Congratulations.
And she's the love of my life. I couldn't imagine myself without her, or my life without her. I know you feel the same way about Jupiter, and she's across the
9,000 kilometers away. Well, it'll this will pass. But seeing her face for the last 3 hours, 4 hours, how long was that DJ set anyway?
She's ruthless, man. She just pounds it out.
So you were saying, what do you got in store for us tonight?
Oh yeah, so my set, I'm going to start off probably with some classic stuff, stuff that got ignored initially, and some of my early work by like Trip and a couple of other people that you're very familiar with, and then slowly ramp it up into more of a modern kind of club mashups and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, the one thing that I've been very appreciative of this live stream venue, like the way we do this, is we're not slaves to the dance floor. And like I've discovered, and many of us have discovered, that the kookier we get, the the more the chat rooms, like the chat lights up, and it's really people really appreciate the sort of off kilter stuff. It's been fun.
Oh, this medium is so much different than being in a DJ booth, and I'm seeing a lot of my contemporaries and peers trying to embrace streaming, and they're doing this. Watch.
Wow.
They're like 20 feet away. They're 20 feet away from the camera, and they're behind some like traditional like gear. And, in a nightclub, that's great because people are focused on each other and they're dancing. But when you're doing like a live stream, people want to see you. They want to interact with you. Now, I'm not saying this for all people, because I have friends of mine like Ron S, DJ Ron S out of Chicago. He's a VJ, and so he has a video screen, but he just recently got himself a green screen, so he's putting himself out in front of that screen. And then there are other people who put on fantastic shows that are visual shows, but without putting themselves in front. But for most traditional DJs, you need to get yourself a controller, like the one that you suggested to me.
Oh my God, this is familiar. Like the official, like Korg should be breaking off some money for me, because it's like half the Bootie Mashup DJs now use this controller. And they don't even make it anymore.
They stopped making it?
Yeah.
I'm so glad I bought it. It's just like what you said. It's helped me in so many situations where a client wants to fly me out somewhere, and I can either have them secure me some turntables, because look at all these records behind me.
I see them.
I own 8 turntables, right? But if I want to show up, pound out a party, and then they pay me, this can fit in a backpack. Yes. And I can turn around and do everything that I would do. Like, it's got all your knobs. It's all MIDI assignable. I can do cue points. It's not flashy.
Actually, it is pretty flashy. I love the the LEDs on the sides. I mean, it's the little things. I'm just like, and you can. I mean, for me, I can travel internationally with that without like causing any red flags. Like, it's not going to be like that one time DJ Samars didn't get into the U.S. because they're like, we're DJs without a work visa. So yeah, exactly. Well, wow. What do you do with all that vinyl back there? I mean, have you digitized it all?
No. Gosh, first of all, to digitize records, unless you're just using it for basic sampling, you need like a really expensive reference needle, and you've got to make sure that you have all this equipment to get really crisp sound. Because I mean, how many times have you downloaded a vinyl a cappella or instrumental, and you can just hear the motor of the turntable? You can hear all kinds of like pops and clicks. You have to like process it if you're going to use it. What I'm going to wind up doing with it is the beginning of May, and I'll say this here, I'm going to start doing some shows on my own channel. The same way that, people do like their 80s or 90s nights. I've got all of that stuff. Probably going to do like a 20th century kind of a thing, as well as early millennium. Sorry.
early 2000s.
Yeah. And then I want to do some sort of like I was thinking about doing like a chart show, like compiling not just your chart, but like Mash Sticks and a couple of other, and then even starting my own, because there needs to be more places online where people can submit mashups and then really encourage the scene.
Does it feel like in 2020 there are less avenues for a mashup producer to like get their stuff out there than there was back in the day? Like, it felt like before there was like Gaibo, there was Boom Selection, there was Mash Sticks, there seemed to be there was like there was Mashup Town, there was just like a slew of websites. Like, I mean, I guess this was the golden age of music blogs, which music blogs don't really exist anymore. I mean, I know they do, but it's not like a thing. Everything has moved to social media, and on social media, it really feels like the entire mashup scene has gotten much more scattered, and it's harder. It's like when I put out a mashup, which is like hardly ever anymore, but when I do, I was sort of faced with like, okay, well, I know I need to put it on YouTube. And then what? And put it in the Booty Top 10? I mean, and that is like maybe Mash Sticks, I guess, but Mash Sticks is more for producers, I feel like. I love Mash Sticks, STIX. I do recommend going there. Their front page is filled with mashup gems, but I feel like their message boards are definitely by producers for producers, with people giving feedback on it's more industry, shall I say?
It's more of our peers, really.
Exactly.
And those avenues need to exist as well, because I mean, remember Gaibo used to have a OOK forum, an OOT forum, where it was like tweaks.
Yes.
Like if you posted your mashup and everybody said, "Hey man, that's kind of messed up. Move it to this other forum. We'll help you out." And everybody kind of like came together and they would fix the thing up and push it back out.
I miss that. I mean, Mash 6 very much fulfills that function, but for me, I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it from a fan perspective of like, okay, I just like mashups. Where do I go? And I mean, thankfully, it's like, yes, go to Bootie Mashup, but there used to be more places to go to find stuff other than just finding random videos on YouTube and things like that. And it's so, please bring it on. Like have more, like the more that we can sort of get, I still feel like it's just so funny that it's like 17 years after I started this party, it's still like this weird struggle to like promote mashup culture. And I will say, 17 years later, the copyright fight is even worse than it was when we started.
Just had a video taken down, my very first copyright strike on YouTube.
It's like, I mean, because it's all AI and bots, it's not people just, it's not a lawyer in an office sending out an email cease and desist. They can just cut that middleman right out. They'll just shut you down with a bot. But look at Bill McClintock and look at Cummerbund and look at the number of people that they are, the number of hits that they're getting on their YouTube videos. Yes.
It shows that people still love mashups. So. They're still playing. Like Bill McClintock gets so much radio play, the same way that the Dean Gray album got back in the day, where they're just like seriously hitting it. So the key is just try to find the avenues to connect to those audiences, and the copyright bots have kind of hidden us. And then all of our forums are, we're all aging out. We're at the end of our, spectrum. The young kids are going to take this up, the 20-year-olds and stuff like that, and move this into VR worlds and whatever. Although you already have very successfly hit Second Life for how many years?
We were really early on that one, and we just made our triumphant return. But to me, Second Life isn't. I don't think that's not like the next level. I think next level is like what's happening with TikTok. But getting mashups on the TikTok is like this whole other copyright issue. So it's like
you can live stream.
Yeah.
You can stream on TikTok, and that's just the same
I'd much
here.
rather stream on Twitch, which I've now streamed on several different platforms, and Twitch is far and away, I feel, for what we're doing, like the best one. I mean, I'm streaming on Instagram right now, but it doesn't have like the pretty visuals. It's me in front of a green screen. I'm Facebook, like their AI for copyright infringement is, before you're even done streaming, you've already been shut off. And I know there's other ones like Periscope and things like that, but I mean, can you do like a 2-hour DJ set on TikTok?
I don't know the length is. A friend of mine just did, I think, 20 minutes recently. So we can find out.
You know what?
Try it.
It's the Corona apocalypse. Try all the things.
Speaking of which, you and I were talking a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday, about this is basically MTV for the new generation.
Yeah.
And who would you be from the original lineup?
Yeah, that was a great question that you posed. I mean, nobody under the age of like 30 is even gonna maybe 40. I don't even know. But Nina Blackwood is probably the closest to that original 80s MTV VJs. What about you? Who would you be?
Well, so there's the thing is with the show that I want to do, where I'm basically pretty much for the most part just talking about mashups. It's kind of like Mashup Talk, but it's going to be more chart oriented kind of. I want to be Kurt Loder. I want to be the guy that brings you the
the
news.
news. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I'll host some stuff and I'll
I
DJ
love
and
that.
I'm trying to be fun.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, you definitely need your green screen for that. I know you had issues like getting
It comes tomorrow. It was supposed to be here at 4:00 today, and then it refreshed and said, "Sorry."
I keep waiting for random little things to show up in the mail that I keep needing for. It's like, it's like crash coursing ourselves on live streaming. So it's like, oh wait, I need this Ethernet adapter. Oh wait, I need a ring light. Oh wait, I need this thing and that microphone adapter and whatever. And it's like, normally it used to be like, oh great, it'll be here in 2 days, and now it's like maybe 2 weeks, but
I'm making do with what I already have. Like, this is the web camera on my laptop because webcams got sold out everywhere.
God, you're right.
No, you can't buy a webcam right now.
Yeah,
you just can't. And check this out. You'll love this. If I can grab it. Let's see if I can do it. The ring light I'm using is a makeup mirror.
Oh, but that actually looks just like the ring light that's right here. I mean, oh.
So there you go. Go to Walgreens, get yourself a makeup mirror.
You just totally,
and,
that's like a total like hack your life kind of trick there. Well done.
Maybe I'll do instructionals about how to become a famous Twitch broadcaster. Whatever.
Well, we are all looking forward to your set tonight. Definitely looking forward to throwing down some jams. And I know you need to go get ready for your set. So gonna let you do that. And thank you so much for joining me on Mashup Talk. And I look forward to your Kurt Loder-esque mashup news show, chart show, whatever the hell it is it's going to be. It's like there needs to be some other talking head besides me.
I'm PDS, and this is Bootie News.
Love it. All right. Looking forward to it tonight. Ciao. Okay. That was Pimp Daddy Supreme, everybody. And yeah, it's Bootie fam. Definitely. All of these, all the sets that we've been doing on Friday Night Live, all of our DJs have definitely been part of the Bootie family, and it's really, really nice, especially to have someone like Pimp Daddy Supreme who does not live in San Francisco, LA, Seattle, New York, where we do our regular parties. We've never had a Bootie Mashup party in Nashville, but this is the magic of doing the live streaming thing, is we can have guest DJs that we don't have to fly anywhere. We don't have to fly, and can be, a consistent part of our crew, which is just so damn lovely. Pimp Daddy Supreme mentioned something briefly, April Ween, which was the first first party he came and DJ'd for Bootie San Francisco. And I would be remiss if I did not shamelessly plug what we are doing for April Ween. Okay, so April Ween, if you have not figured it out yet, it is Halloween in April. If we can have Christmas in July, we can have Halloween in April. It is far and away Bootie Mashup's favorite holiday. We love getting dressed up. We love playing spooky, kooky, mashups. We've put out way more Halloween Bootie mashup mixtapes than we have our very Bootie Christmas. So I think that says something. So we are doing a special thing for the last day of April, which is coming up next week, Thursday, April 30th. We are doing April Ween, and it started off as, let me just explain. It started off as, hey, you know what? I want to do a show. I want to, have drag queens and burlesque and pole performers and do like a Halloween themed show for April Ween. And then it was like, okay, well, DJ Time has his normal Thursday show anyway. And then Raid, Random Acts of Irreverent Dance, they've been our dance crew. They've been doing like a Zoom party as part of that. And then I was like, we could maybe do a Zoom party costume contest. And then I was like, well, I know Jupiter Gatling also wants to DJ and I want to DJ. We've got other people who want to DJ. And then, well, this is great for the West Coast, because we're doing it 6 to 9 p.m. West Coast, but at least that a normal living room boom section of April Ween with DJ time, when we're going to do like dancers and also a costume contest. But what about other people? I want them, other time zones, to experience April Ween. And I don't know, somehow it turned into 18 hours of live streaming on April Ween. So literally 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, and then I think it's 4 p.m. in Germany. We are starting, and we are doing 18 hours of April Ween. And we are gonna make April Ween happen. Damn it! This is the 10-year anniversary of us doing it. So I'm not gonna let a little thing like coronavirus stop us from doing April Ween. So please join us anytime during the day. We've got a whole variety. We've got like 8 different DJs. And the thing I am super, super excited about, I'm going to be posting more details like where and when and how, but we are going to do a costume contest. Now, how do we do that in Twitch? We don't. We're going to be doing that as a Zoom room. There will be a Zoom meeting. I mean, it's going to be a party that you can join. And you'll be in costume, and we're going to hang out, and I will be there hosting, and we'll also have Random Acts at Irreverent Dance doing a separate dance room as well. So we might combine the rooms. I'm not actually quite sure. We haven't worked out all the details yet. Look, the only thing you need to know is there's going to be a costume contest in Zoom on April Ween with 8 DJs. There's going to be 2 shows filled with performances, which I'm going to be hosting. We've got, drag queens, pole dancers. We've got some burlesque. We've got some live singing from not just me, but also Trixie Carr and Holy Mole. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a marathon. And like I said, try all the things. So we're like, let's go ahead and try this. And if it takes down our average viewers, well, screw it. April Ween only happens once a year. Okay. Damn it. All right. So I know you all are ready for me to shut the hell up and enjoy the rest of your Friday night listening to awesome mashups, maybe dancing in your living room, maybe just having it on in the background and rocking out, maybe having a party. Maybe you're having your own little Zoom party. I know some of you do on Friday night. And we're the soundtrack. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Adriana A. Hit that bell, hit that heart, all the things. And, I didn't even mention the Patreon that we just started literally today, like hours ago. We've got some perks for subscribers on Patreon. Patreon.com/Bootie Mashup. Go check us out if you really want to support us, support the channel. We've got some really cool perks at different subscription levels. So I'll blah, blah, blah about that next week because I'm out of time. And who knows, it might all change by next week anyway. I literally just posted it. Let's get our dance on. It's time for Pimp Daddy Supreme. Peace out, everyone. Mwah.